Hey there guys, Ben Swann here. If you haven't been paying attention to Bitcoin lately, you should be. If you don't know what Bitcoin is, the simplest way of explaining it, Bitcoin is a digital decentralized currency which is traded on an open source peer-to-peer network. Kind of confusing, right? Bitcoin can be bought with dollars or euros or just about any currency, and then it's traded and can be sold in any currency. What makes Bitcoin so unique, though, is that it is virtually an anonymous currency. Now, to be clear, nothing is entirely anonymous, and there are ways to connect a Bitcoin user with their Bitcoin wallet, but it certainly is more difficult than dollars. Bitcoin has been growing like crazy over the past few years. I actually just learned about it a few months ago, and at times, that growth has been volatile. As it's growing, media doesn't really talk about Bitcoin, at least until a few weeks ago when the FBI shut down the website The Silk Road. You heard about that, arrested its owner. Silk Road was best known as a site where illegal drugs were bought and sold anonymously with, you guessed it, Bitcoin. Now, at that time, some claimed that Bitcoin was done, and yet it wasn't. In fact, right now, Bitcoin value is soaring, trading around $200 for one Bitcoin. Why? Well, consider this. 2 years ago, one Bitcoin was worth less than $1, and again, today, it's trading one Bitcoin for $200. Granted, Bitcoin is volatile, it's crashed and it rises again, and it could crash again. So why do so many people keep coming back to Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin's greatest value is that it cannot be manipulated by governments or central banks. Imagine that. It cannot be changed by monetary policy coming from the IMF. If governments don't like Bitcoin, they can't come in and raid the Bitcoin offices and take away the Bitcoin bosses because there is no centralized authority from which to shut the system down. In fact, the most attractive thing about Bitcoin is that it may be the world's best example of capitalism. Real capitalism, not crony capitalism, but a system controlled by users, traded at will, completely voluntary to participate in, and cannot be manipulated by governments, bankers, corporations, or even the UN. People trading with people. What an original idea. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe to my channel. Make sure you check out all of our Truth in Media episodes by clicking on them here at the bottom of the screen.